HJ fan. It is 9:14, but I literally cannot just like. I just had to make this real quick. Like the video probably won't be too long because I won't drag it to like at least. I won't drag it to 30 minutes. So I think the best thing is for me to just come here and just say what I have to say, and then we'll be on our way. What I will say is that I'm gonna try my best to fit in rants as much as I can. My goal is probably to just focus mainly on a successful teenager. I think this weekend, like no joke, actually no, not Saturday, because Saturday I'm going to the movies, and Sunday I have to go watch them. So probably not this weekend, but I'm thinking the next weekend. My goal is to probably finish season 3 review for Successful Teenager and give my thoughts on seasons 4 and 5 in one big video. That's what I plan on focusing on, because like I said, we're in the middle of moving right now, so things are just really busy, and I have a lot of things going on at work, like so many monitor visits. Like, who knew that being a food specialist would be this much work? It's like, golly. But anyway, today we want to talk about Pretty Little Liars. I have kind of like been binge watching the show because I kind of feel like I don't talk about the show enough on my channel, and I feel like I really need to. Like, I feel like I got some topics that I want to talk about. Like, I got 91210 topics I want to talk about. Only 2 topics I want to talk about from that show is just Kelly and not Kelly, just Brenda and Dylan, and I want to talk about the love triangle between Brendan and between Dylan, Brenda, and Kelly. That's it. For Pretty Little Liars, I think there's so much to talk about that honestly all of it might have to be not all of it, but everything might have to be in like part videos, like an hour long part 1, part 2, part 3 hour videos. There's just something to talk about, and I kind of feel like I'm starting to get some major unpopular opinions about the show that I need to start writing them down. But today's video, honestly, this video really should be dragged out. It might have to be a part 2 follow up because, like I said, it won't be that long. But today's video, I had a real big problem in the show when it comes to victim blaming. I don't know what kind of bitches Marlene King has dealt with in her life, what kind of friend group she's had in her life, but this show, she tends to punish the female characters for being victimized. And there's so many examples of this that it feels like I'll be here all day. The only one who's not as victimized as the rest is probably Emily. Emily is not as victimized as much as them when it comes to relationships. Like, I don't feel like Emily should have gotten with Paige. I definitely feel like for Emily to get with Paige just shows that Emily can be a little bit too nice. Like, just a little bit too nice in my opinion. Just a little too nice. Like, I don't even remember her relationship with that older woman in season 5, which is eyebrow raising. I don't really remember it. I think I have to rewatch season 5 to have an opinion on it. I'm currently right now rewatching season 2. Like, I'm just like season 1 is finished. I'm currently rewatching season 2, and honestly, y'all, I wasn't really a big fan of season 3, honestly, because to me, I felt season 3 kind of lost the plot. It was a lot of storylines that they kind of just threw at the wall and was hoping what would stick. I actually want to make a video about that, why I think season 3 is one of my least favorite seasons of the show. I was gonna make a video about that. But I was gonna binge watch seasons 5 through 7 because season 6 and 7 is where I kind of feel like Pretty Little Liars definitely lost the plot. But season 5 was one of my favorite seasons. Like, I kind of already binged season 4, so, you know, I been binging the seasons, kind of off balance. Like, I watched season 1, and then I watched season 2. I have no interest to go back and watch season 3. Like, I already watched that. I feel like everything about season 3 kind of is within my brain. But I might go back and binge season 4 because season 4 was a really good ass season. And then we're in season 5 because, like, I'm not watching anything right now. Like, I am watching Dexter right now, and I absolutely love Dexter, but my Paramount Plus bill has to be paid, so I can't watch Dexter right now, shockingly. But back to the point. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, because it's early 919. Let's get into it. Okay, so Marlon King has a problem with victim blaming these girls. We're going to just keep Emily out of it. Today I'm going to just focus on Hannah, Aria, and Spencer. And I'm just going to talk about all three of them and just talk about the problems I have when it comes to Marlon King victim blaming them. The first person I want to talk about is Hannah, because the reason what inspired me to make this video was her season 5 storyline with Ella's creep-ass boyfriend, Zach. Y'all. The storyline with Hannah and Zach really creeped me out. I don't even understand what the fuck the writers' fucking fantasy or whatever it was, whatever got them off to putting these girls in relationships with older men. Why did all these grown-ass adults in Rosewood want to date high schoolers? It was so weird to me. But this storyline really pissed me off for so many reasons. AKA the fact that when Zach came on to Hannah, the only person who believed her was Caleb. Her own fucking friends didn't believe her. That pissed me off. If I was Hannah, I would cut all those bitches off. Boop, 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 and boop. Y'all not my friends anymore. When she told Spencer and Emily that Zach came on to her last night, y'all want to know what they asked her? They asked Hannah, was she drunk? They said, did you invite him in your car? Really? Are we seriously going to sit here and put the blame? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing. And like, I understand Hannah had her little drinking problem in season 5 because Allison was back, and it was kind of a way of her kind of coping with her pain, because if anything, Allison is a trauma trigger for all of them. And I think really the person, if you ask me who I think had the worst, it was definitely Hannah. Allison tormented her for her body. She definitely made Hannah feel like she was less than because Hannah was more bigger. She even she pretty much told Hannah how to throw up. Like, she turned Hannah into a bulimic. Like, she really traumatized Hannah. So I don't blame her for drinking, but I just feel like becoming a underage alcoholic is just not going to cure your pain. I just feel like Hannah needed therapy. I couldn't believe that no one believed her. And when she told Aria, that was the moment, and I feel like that always sticks to me, that was forever the moment where I disliked Aria from then on forward. After that moment, I've never got on board with Aria. Like, in later seasons, she was okay, but I just kept constantly thinking about how she tried to victim blame Hannah. And I quote, when Hannah came there, she got mad that her and Hannah were already everybody was already mad at Hannah because she got drunk at the dinner that I think Emily's mom made for them for Allison's welcome back. And Hannah got drunk and started saying things about what happened in New York after they all decided to keep it a secret. And Aria and them got pissed at her for getting drunk and trying to spill the beans. And when Hannah tried to tell Aria about what happened, Aria said it is so messed up. And she said, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. She said that you are the problem. She said you are always the problem. She the one minute you're drunk at a table. She the next minute you're inviting my mom's boyfriend into your car. She said, did you invite him into your car? Hannah said no. She said, I don't believe you. She said you can drag your stuff down with your booze and drinking, but she said you're not going to drag me and my mom down. That scene really pissed me off because it just, say what you want about Aria. Me personally, I do think she can be a tad bit overhated at times, but I feel like one of the things that I realized about Aria as season goes on is that the writers made her like super duper defensive. Like, it kind of started in like season 3, like they made her like super duper defensive, and it's just like, why? Like, why was she so defensive about everything? Like, why was everything like so when sometimes when she would respond to people, it was kind of cruel. What she said to Hannah was very cruel, and to me, if I was Hannah, I would never forgive a bitch who did not believe me when I tried to tell them that was done to me. You're my best friend. We've been best friends since fucking high school. I think all of them been friends since middle school. elementary. We've been friends since elementary, and when I come to you and say that Chamon's boyfriend tried to hook up with me, I'm like 17, 18. He tried to hook up with me, and he told me that it's my fault. I invited him into my car. Yeah, I invited him into my car to hook up. What sense does that make? That made me look at Aria really disgusting. Like, I was just disgusting. It was just disgusting. I never looked at Aria the same. As much as I love Lucy Hale, I never looked at Aria the same. That scene really pissed me off. Like, I feel like that whole entire storyline, they victimized him. They, like, made Hannah seem like the bad guy. And, like, I did like the scene where Hannah said, "Why didn't you believe me?" And she said, "I guess I just wanted my mom to be happy." I get that you want your mom to find somebody. You want your mom to be happy. You want her to find someone. But as a friend, if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you this happened to me, I expect you to believe me over anyone. I expect you to believe me. And they didn't. All her friends failed her. Aria, Emily, and Spencer. All of them failed her by not believing her, by trying to blame it on her drinking or getting drunk. So what? That makes it better? Like, it was purely victim blaming at its finest, and to me, I feel like the show did not represent it well, in my opinion. Like, the underage shit, the amount of pedophilia and for liars, all these fucking pedophiles and all these predators in this town, that was not handled right in the show at fucking all, in my opinion. Another situation I want to talk about too with Hannah is the whole situation with Ren. I think that's this guy, the major pedophile. Him coming on to Hannah. I'm kind of glad they kind of dropped that after one episode when he kissed her. I'm glad that they dropped that. Like, I'm so happy that it didn't go anywhere. I don't know what the fuck was his problem with coming on to high school girls. It was weird. It was predatory, and it's like, go find somebody who's in your age. Like, stop going after girls who are underage. Date someone who's your age. I'm glad they kind of dropped that. Outside of that, Hannah did not. Oh, the other one too. I forgot this one. Her and the dude officer. I forgot his name. The officer guy. Officer Holmbrook. They were connecting on their favorite books, and things like that. She was confiding in him when I don't think Ashley was in jail. I think she was confiding in him after Caleb left. And then they decided to have her kiss him for no reason. And then after that, he got like really creepy, and then he started saying like real creepy things. There was a scene I remember in season 4 where this detective lady and him, they followed Aria and them to school, and she said that her dad would blow a fuse if he would have saw her go outside dressed that provocative. And he said, "I don't see no problem with it. Creepy. Creepo. He needs to get arrested. You need to arrest him. Handcuff him. Take him to jail right now." First of all, no one needs to make a comment about what they're wearing. First of all, the things they wear in that show isn't even that provocative, in my opinion. You don't see their thumbs hanging out. You don't see no panties hanging out. You don't see how many dress more provocative than them in the graphic. She dressed way more provocative. Manny's underwear was hanging out. This girl wore no panties to school. They ain't doing that for real liars. They ain't doing that. Aria's skirt none of their skirts ever went up here to the point where if they bend over, you would see underwear. It was never to that extent with them. That was creepy. And then he tried to come on to Hannah in season 5 when he tried to drag her out to a desert area, and like, it was just creepy. I don't know what the infatuation was with older men and these teenagers. It was creepy. It was predatory. It was pedophilia at its finest. Hannah didn't have a lot, but the ones that she did have, they were creepy. But I feel like this Zach storyline will forever be a storyline to me that I feel like was just the ultimate victim blaming, and I didn't appreciate it at all. Like I said, the fact that Caleb was the only one who believed her is just sad, in my opinion. Very, very sad. The next person I want to talk about is Spencer, and Spencer is definitely someone who has been casted as the signal of victim blaming. Whenever someone who is older comes onto Spencer, she is constantly blamed for it, whether it was Ian or Ren or The guy that she met in London, like, she was blamed for all of it. The rehab guy that was detoxing her, she was blamed for that. She was blamed for every single interaction that these grown men who were in a position of power, who were older, she was blamed for it. What sense does that make? Ian was a full-blown pedophile, period. Ren was a full-blown pedophile, period. The rehab guy was a creep for even coming on to someone who's a high schooler. The other guy in the United Kingdom was a creep for even coming on to her, even though she was a high schooler. I don't care if they have things in common. It doesn't mean you make that into a romantic relationship because y'all both like to say plays and all that other stuff. Doesn't mean you date a whole fucking teenager. Like, what the fuck? And it's crazy how these adult relationships don't really, like, affect them much. Like, it don't affect them how they were preyed on. Like, it's really disturbing how it's not taken seriously. The fact that Ian came on to Spencer when she was 14 and Spencer said they had a relationship that they were sticking around at 14, that really disturbs me. Knowing in the books that Spencer lost her virginity to Ren and they had a relationship in the books, very disturbing. I think that's what the show was trying to do, like show like this on and off, I guess, relationship between her and Ren. And it's like, it's just very creepy. The fact that he took Spencer to his house and she got drunk and they were kissing and things like that, and he had her spend the night, just very, very creepy. Like, just very, very creepy. I don't know if people was questioning this shit when this show came on in 2010. Like, I remember watching it, because I got into Pretty Little Liars when I was like in 7th or 8th grade. I watched it on DVD player. I used to get the DVD box sets from the library. I would order them. And, like, even when I was young, like, I remember just, like, romanticizing this shit. And now that I'm older, it's, like, creepy. Just creepy, predatory, pedophile, all the above. Just all the above. Click. All these guys are pedophiles. All these guys are predators. And yet, you trying to get us to romanticize this shit? Hell fucking no. Me personally, I think it's disgusting that whenever someone came on to Spencer was blamed for it. That shit pissed me off and forever will piss me off. Her parents didn't do anything about it. Her sister never took up for her. No one, not the law enforcement, nobody. Not only that, Garrett too, his ass too, bring him up here. He was seeing Jenna, a fucking blind ass student. What? A man on the police force is a pedophile? Crazy. Actually, 2 pedophiles on the police station. In season 4, they revealed that Allison had a relationship with Officer Wilden, that they were sneaking around. Even though when you watch season 4 and you go to the last episode when Allison explains everything, she doesn't even mention that they had a relationship, and she thought she was pregnant. That was not mentioned. But anyway, he's a pedophile too. And I kind of always known from watching season 1 that he was a weirdo, because he would follow Hannah around and all types of shit. Like, he was a creep from the very beginning. But when they did the Allison storyline in season 4, it made sense. He was a fucking pedophile. Having fucking sex with a goddamn 14-year-old, and you don't get this girl pregnant, you're a creep. Just pedophilia. Just crazy. Spencer was filled by her parents and her family, and by the law enforcement system for believing an adult over a teenager. Where the fuck we do that at? And last but not least, Arya. What relationship do I have to say outside of her and Ezra? Actually, let me get to this unpopular opinion. The people who ship her and Jason, y'all are disgusting. I'm so tired of people trying to defend this whole thing between her and Jason, saying they had chemistry, saying that Lucy Hale and Jude Van Hacker had great chemistry, and the writers didn't capitalize on it. Arya is 16. What is there to capitalize on? Isn't Jason like 23 years old? Don't get me wrong, the actor who played Jason, he was definitely fine. He was very fine. But Jason was like in his mid-20s. Why the fuck does he want to get with Arya? Why? And he was a creep too. Wasn't he a part of the SAT? Or what the fuck it was called? the NAT club, he was part of taking pictures and videotaping underage girls undressing. Huh? How do y'all ship that? And they got trying to justify it by saying they were cute when they became adults in season 7. Still weird. This guy was part of a team that was taking pictures of Arya and her friends and his sister all undressed. And I've always felt like there was something incesty going on between him and Allison in those flashbacks. I definitely feel like Jason was, sexually assaulting Allison. I definitely feel like he and Ian and them was, doing gang stuff for her. I'm not trying to get my video demonetized, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They was doing gang on top. That's what they was doing. Jason is a weirdo. Jason was weird, and I'm so tired of trying to defend him and Arya. No, him and Arya is a straight hell no for me. Period, point blank. Like I said, when I was young, I shipped it. I shipped the hell out of it. Like the dream she had about Jason, thinking like, I was like, I wish that was me, but now that I'm older, it's just creepy. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a teenager girl and having fantasizing dreams about what it would be if he kissed you or if he touched you. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all been there. I've been there. I've had crushes on my teachers. I've had crushes on guys who were older than me, but I've never indulged in it. Never. I never pursued in any of it. Fantasies are fantasies for a reason. Leave those fantasies to be fantasies. Because when you indulge in it, it's not fun. And I can tell by watching the show that indulging in it makes things worse. Arya would have just been better off just having sex dreams about Jason and playing with herself. She would have just been better off doing that. I mean, she just would have been better off doing that, honestly, than having the writers try to have him come on to her. It was just creepy and weird. Like, they try to do like a little love triangle between Arya, Jason, and Ezra. It was really creepy watching these two older men battle over a teenager's heart. Really creepy, really weird. Stop shipping Arya and Jason. Stop trying to justify it and just stop. Just stop. If things were different, I definitely think that Jason and Arya would look cute. If things were different, like I couldn't even ship it when she got older because of how it started out. It was just creepy and weird and predatory. But like I definitely think Lucy Hale and Drew do look good together. Like if I ever did like a story, I would definitely put them together. They do look good together on screen. Like that scene when he comes up behind her in the mirror when she put her hair in her ponytail. Like, y'all, that scene ate. Her sex dreams about Jason ate down because we all been there. But me personally, indulging in it is just creepy and predatory in my opinion. Her and Ezra, man, they need a separate video by themselves. So what I'm going to say about her and Ezra was that it was wrong, creepy, predatory. Ezra was in a position of power. He should have stopped it. Period, point blank. No excuses. No fucking excuses. The fact that the writers made me ship them and made me believe in their love story and made me and my sister get mad at her and her parents for trying to break them apart just shows the fucking gaslighting that the show had on us when it came to relationship. Like I'm binge watching season 2 right now. The fact that Arya got punished for the position the fact that Arya is grounded for sticking around with Ezra makes no sense to me in my mind. Why is she being punished for being the victim? That makes no sense. And the whole time they're not going to police. They're not doing nothing to make sure Arya gets protected because she loves him. Arya does not love Ezra. Arya is victimized. Arya's been groomed. None of those things are talked about in the show. Those things like that are dangerous. Being in a relationship like this is dangerous. It's predatory. And yet, they romanticized it. Just very disgusting. that entire scene where Arya and Ezra tell her parents that they relationship, that scene will forever be iconic because of just how messy it was. And like the fact that Arya and Ezra were expecting them to give her and Ezra the permission to date is just very delusional. Very delusional. Like very delusional. The fact that Ezra tried to talk Byron out of calling the police, not a good thing. She talked about Arya's reputation will be ruined. How will her reputation be ruined when she's a victim here? That makes no sense to me. She's a victim. She's been victimized. She's been preyed on. She's been groomed. How would she be looked at as a slut or whatever the hell she was thinking? That makes no sense. That means you're not protecting Arya. If you think that little of what people might think about, of what they might think about the situation, that means you're not trying to protect your daughter, in my opinion. But honestly, y'all, her and Ezra need their entire own video on how to work the relationship. I can't do it right now in one night. Honestly, if I could tell you right now, I don't like her and Ezra. I think they dragged the relationship out, in my opinion, in the show. And I feel like the ending of this storyline should have been in season 2. Now, I wouldn't be me if I didn't keep it real. There are, I think, 4 Arya and Ezra moments that did get to me in the show. I'm gonna say which one. Okay, the scene where she was coming home from the coffee shop, and he pulled up in his car. I'm not gonna lie, that scene was iconic because how they kind of shot it in the show was pretty cool, like how the rain looked and everything like that. And like me personally, I think Lucy Hill and Ian just had really good chemistry, and the writers they couldn't let it go. And I get it, chemistry is really hard to find, and chemistry is really hard to fight when the 2 actors have it. And I definitely feel like they had chemistry. I think it did simmer down towards the end of the show. Like it didn't feel like it was there as much, but in the beginning it was definitely there. That scene in season 1 where he put up in the car, and like that scene definitely got to me, because if a guy would have done that to me, not an older man, but if a guy would have had pulled up in a whip that I liked and me and him just made out in a car in the rain, that would be fucking iconic to me. That scene, the rain kiss in season 2, that definitely got that rain kiss in season 2. That rain kiss is one of the best rain kisses in TV. I don't care what y'all say. Even though the relationship is completely wrong and bad, that rain kiss is one of the best rain kisses ever. The song, just everything about that scene is just so good. Like everything about it, like they definitely ate with that scene. Like I'm not a hater. They definitely ate with that scene. Their first love making scene, not gonna lie, they ate with that one. Like I said, the song choice, the everything, the moment, it just ate to me. Like I hate to admit it, but it definitely ate to me. The scene when it was his last day teaching in Rosewood, and Arya ran to him, and they had that kiss outside the school. Iconic. Like I said, the way they set the scene up and how she went out there, and the song choice, just everything. Like I hate to admit it, but I'm not a liar. That scene would definitely eat down. That is one of their best scenes. Like I'm not gonna lie, when that scene come on, I eat it up. Like much. I eat it up. That scene was iconic as hell. Like I'm not even gonna fake with y'all. That scene was iconic. I'm trying to think. I said it before. I'm trying to think. Am I forgetting another one? Another scene that I did like with them was when he proposed. I think that's another one that I'm thinking of that's in season 2, but I can't think of it. It's not coming to me. But the scene when he proposed to her, and I believe in season 6, I remember always eating that up. But I probably don't feel that way anymore, but I always remember eating that up. But the other scene I just said, like, to me, the rain kiss, y'all, I don't even care. As much as I don't like them together, I'm not letting anyone take away that rain kiss. That rain kiss is iconic. That rain kiss was everything. The song choice, the way they set the whole scene up, just fucking amazing in my opinion. Like, that rain kiss was amazing. Amazing. Like, her and Edward need their own separate video because it's just so much to talk about when it comes to this relationship that it's disgusting. But to me, I definitely think Pretty Liars the writer should have done it. Marlene King should have done a better job at discussing predatory relationships, predatory storylines, and just doing a better job at on the victim. She victimized these girls and victim blamed them in situations where they were not the villains and other people were. Spencer was constantly seen as a villain for what grown men were doing. Aria was punished and casted out by her parents and peers for being in a relationship that she was the minor and she was the victim. A grown-ass man who was her teacher should have been the one to stop it and stop it right away. But no, he kept it going on. He was in a position of power and he groomed her. But yet, she's casted out and she's seen as a slut and she's seen as someone who's easy because she's been with an older man. Like, where the fuck we do that at? Hannah was mistreated terribly by her friends, and she was with the blame because they thought that she was just drinking all the time, so she just made up these stories to get attention. Just absurd to me. It's absurd, it's heartbreaking, and my heart kind of goes out to all of them for even looking at that and still choosing to film it. I don't know if they fought against some of these storylines, but to me personally, if I was Ashley and I went back and watched that shit and I was like, wow, like we actually went through with this storyline, I would be disgusted by the fact that they still had that be filmed, knowing that they did no repercussions. Again, like that too. There's no repercussions to anything that these grown ass men do. It's sickening, and I don't like it. It's definitely the one thing. It's the main thing about the show that irritates me. The amount of pedophilia in Pretty Liars is disgusting. But I'm gonna end the video here because it's getting late. But like I said, I will be talking more about Pretty Liars once I'm done binging the show. So y'all just be ready when I get ready to talk about this stuff. But anyway, ciao. Have a good night, and I'll see y'all.